Hi viewers, once again greetings from Kadav Legal Syndicates. If you are new to this channel, our aim is to provide or educate you on various laws that you encounter on a daily basis. We hope you have watched all our previous videos. So far, we have released 3 videos on prevention of money laundering. The number 1 introductory video. Number 2, we talked about placement. Number 3, we talked about layering. If you have not watched the previous videos, we recommend you watch those videos first before watching this video. This is the video number 4. We are going to talk about the third stage of money laundering, which is integration. Normally we know integration is we put everything together. So what happens at this stage? In the first 2 stages, the money is getting cleaned, means illegal money is getting infused into the financial system, and a layer or multiple layers are created to hide the source or origin of the money. So the money is almost cleaned as if it has come from a legitimate system. So in this stage, people would invest this money from the business to buy real estate, either a commercial or residential property, luxury goods, luxury cars, luxury items, all those things. They may invest in few companies, they may acquire companies, all from the proceeds of the businesses which were created to deposit the illegal money. Now, it will appear as if the purchases of properties or any luxury goods are happening only with the legitimate money, as if it is from the proceeds of the business. So once money enters this stage, it's really very difficult or very hard to catch. So who does all these activities? As we talked in the earlier videos, all the illegal mafias, smugglers, drug trafficking people, they use and they do buy these kind of properties. We would not even know today it may belong to even a terrorist, or it may belong to a person who deals with all illegal transactions. So obviously we will come to know later, as part of investigation people will come to know, but at the time of purchase or anything we will not even know about this, and that is the beauty of this. As we talked in the previous video, Prevention of Money Laundering Act was introduced in the year of 2005. It's almost 15 years since it was introduced. Yet, we may not have seen huge number of cases. Why? Does it mean that money laundering doesn't happen? It does happen. So when the number of cases are coming down, obviously there are many reasons for that. Either it may not have been identified by the authorities, or it may have been done in a more prudent way. 2, number of such activities may have gone down due to stringent actions by our government or other governments collectively. 3, the resultant proceeds of such laundering activities are comparatively lower to take such risks. Let's go more in detail. When we talked about more stringent actions, we know earlier if we want to bring the money into our country, there is only one system. So we need to report the transaction to RBI, and then we can bring in the money into the system. Nowadays, more complex reporting is introduced. Now, if you have to bring in money as part of any contract, so you need to report it to FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act authorities. You need to report to GST authorities, and also your import export license should be active, where you'll be sharing such information as well. So when the information is getting shared in multiple channels, always there is a risk of getting caught if one person is not prudent enough to give all such consistent information. So this makes one's life very difficult to transact in this way. So that might bring down that kind of laundering activity. Number two, the number of taxes they pay to make the illegal money into your white money. For example, if someone earns 1 crore and they start doing the business by which they start paying income tax, GST and everything, at the end of the year the money is actually getting reduced to 60% or 55%. Similarly, if you are transacting overseas, the tax is getting added more. With some countries we do have treaties on double taxation. However, it is not with all these other countries, all countries. Whichever the countries we don't have any kind of treaty, taxes paid at both the places. So if you earn 1 crore, what you're going to get on hand is somewhere near 40 lakhs. So the main chunk of the money goes to pay taxes and everything. So is it really worth taking such a risk to earn such money, to do such kind of a laundering activity? So this also could be the reason it may have got reduced. There could be one more reason as well. See, normally when you keep money to do business, because as we said, putting the money into the banking system and then doing business, etc., it takes somewhere nearly 2 years. So till then you hold the money. Number one, the business which you do may not yield that much of result, or due to many situations like now COVID-19, it may throw your business out also. Even if you try and say that I've done more businesses, which you cannot say because the entire thing is locked down, or there's no way of putting your money into the banking system. So this period you cannot do anything. Number two, if you hold huge money, then an activity like demonetization would wipe out your entire money. You may have stored in certain denominations, and if those denominations are demonetized, obviously you would lose money. And this is one of the reasons the demonetization was done, because when the currency was printed and circulated, Indian currency was printed elsewhere and then circulated in India, to prevent that the demonetization activity was done. So whoever is having this kind of illegal transactions and illegal money, they would lose money. So you run the risk of that as well. Anti-money laundering authorities, they keep introducing more checks and balances to prevent such laundering activities. Even the KYC, know your customer, is also one such measure introduced in the system to check this kind of laundering activities. whether the money which is coming into the system is on real or genuine source or not. So these kind of activities where you put the cleaned money back into the economy so as to appear it is derived from the business is called integration. Right. Now we spoke about 3 stages: placement, layering, and integration. Doesn't mean always it has to happen in the same order, not necessarily. It may not happen in the same order. It may happen in any other order, even it may overlap also. We hope we made it simple. In our next videos, we would talk about offenses, duties and powers of the enforcement officers, and also about case laws, whatever has appeared in the recent past, so that we'll be able to understand this act more and also more in totality. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe by clicking the subscribe button, and also click the bell button so that you would receive notifications. Please share this video with your friends and relatives so that they also could benefit out of this. If you have any doubts or clarifications, please insert the same in our comment section or do call us. See you in our next video. Until then, goodbye.